ABC News foreign correspondent Maggie Rulli for us in Lviv, ABC News Alex Perche here in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. Maggie, let's start with you. What's the latest now on the Russian push into Ukraine?
Hey, Kira. Yeah, the Russian push is escalating here in Ukraine. They're still intent on encircling the capital city of Kyiv. Our team there has just been showing us these images of incredible destruction on the ground, apartment buildings, schools. Clearly, it seems as if they're almost being targeted there. Indiscriminate bombing across the city. We're also seeing a similar line of attack on the eastern front and down south as well. Areas escalating fighting there. We know down south in particular going after some of those strategic port cities. It seems to be a main focus for them. Kira, the only slight good news we know in the hard-hit city of Mariupol, that's where we saw that maternity ward bombing a few days ago, just horrific images coming out of there. Some people have been able to escape. Reports of about 2,000 cars making their way out, thousands more getting ready to leave. But it is still a very intense situation. There was supposed to be humanitarian aid coming in. It's now believed that never even made it into the city. It was stopped before it could get there. So the thousands and thousands of people trapped behind, still there without food, water, heat. So while we're seeing some positioning, people able to flee, at least get out of those hard-hit areas, it is still very delicate as this fighting only seems to escalate, Kira.
So, Alice, let's talk about what we just heard at the White House during that briefing with Jen Psaki, and that's that Biden is going to head to Brussels, meet with NATO leaders. Clearly, he wants to rally more support, financial support, military support, to try and take down the Russians.
That's right, Kira. I mean, this summit was already being called an extraordinary summit, and that was before the news that Biden was officially confirmed to go to Brussels was announced. But keep in mind, you know, this is going to be preceded by, number one, the U.S. already committing $1.2 billion to Ukraine in its efforts, including $550 million over the last couple of weeks. The president today signing that $13.6 billion omnibus bill, which is to give further assistance. He's going to be talking about that today and then again tomorrow. And I think, you know, we talk about the U.S. kind of setting a standard for the rest of the world. Right now, I mean, going into this March 24th meeting at NATO, this spending, whether it be for humanitarian assistance, whether it be for military, that's something that the U.S. is going to look for the rest of our allies to join us in.
So, Maggie, what do you think? Where is the most intense fighting occurring right now? And how is it impacting those evacuation efforts that are still underway?
Yeah, Kira, by far that most intense fighting still in those eastern, southern areas. But what's concerning, Kira, is also we're seeing it move west. You know, there was that large airstrike on a military base just about 10 miles away from Poland, only about an hour here from us in Lviv. And what's concerning about this, Kira, is when you look at it, yes, you know, Russia says they attacked this. There were foreign fighters there, they claim. It's also a place that military has worked. NATO has trained soldiers there in the past. But it's also along a road where refugees use it to escape. So when you think about that, the close proximity between these military bases and refugees trying to flee, the fact that that could be considered a legitimate target means terrifying. We spoke to one American man who actually flew over here from Santa Fe to escort people across the border. He does it about twice a day. He says he's driven past that base dozens of times, and he just can't believe how close he came to being there for that strike. So I think we'll see that going forward as well, Kira, this balance of strikes being so close to people that are trying to flee.
And Alex, Psaki also mentioned Zelensky is set to address Congress tomorrow. What can we expect? What do we think can come out of that?
Well, Kira, I think we got a little bit of a preview today whenever Zelensky addressed the Canadian Parliament, thanking them for their support, but also calling for more. I anticipate that he is going to renew calls for more sanctions. We also saw, we saw another round of sanctions levied today by not just the U.S., but also the EU. I think he will call for more on that. And I think also we're going to hear a renewed call for closing the skies, this no-fly zone. We know that's been a hard red line that the Biden administration has been against, but we heard Zelensky call for it today with the Canadians. I suspect that he would do it again tomorrow in Congress.
All right, Maggie, Alex, thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.